Silver Spring Speedway. I'm David Brand along with TV40 bringing you the racing action tonight. Tonight we've got a special program in store for you. We have the Paul Orendo Memorial Race. It's a 50-lap limited late model championship race. And we're going to have time trials for the limited late models. And the first driver out is Jimmy Shuttlesworth, driver of car number 91. Jimmy won this race back in 1987 and 1988. Shuttlesworth is currently 4th in the point standings this year in the limited late model division. He does double duty. He drives the limited late model and also drives car number 50B in the Super Sportsman ranks. And his first lap time was 17:95. The one lap track record is held by Smokey Fry, which is 17:06. Here comes Jimmy Shuttlesworth to complete his second lap. It's 18:15, so the first lap, 17:95, was the quicker of the two. And here comes Smokey Fry, our current one-lap record holder. Smokey Fry started out the season here at Silver Spring Speedway, but since then, he's been running with the big block late models. He picked up a feature win a couple weeks ago at Port Royal Speedway. He's bringing the Colhane's Steakhouse number 1W around for his first lap. 17:82, that's the fastest lap so far. He had some problems though going through corner number 2. His second lap will probably be slower. Smokey Fry's second lap time will be 18:10. Here comes Charlie Cope, driver of car number 18 in the Schatzer's Roofing car. Charlie Cope, this has been one of his best races over the years. He has 9 top 5 finishes in this race, the 50-lap race. Charlie Cope was the winner back in 1989. 18:19 was his, 1957 was his first lap. 1957, that's pretty slow for Charlie Cope in the 18. He's having some problems here tonight. $19.80 on the second lap. Out on the track now is car number 21, Chris Shuey. The Shuey brothers have really lit up Silver Spring Speedway this year. Shuey nearly hitting the wall. Chris Shuey, Brian Shuey, they picked up three wins amongst the two of them. Chris with one of the wins. Chris having some problems though. Car number 21 comes around for his first lap. 19:62. Looks like Chris was a little bit off on the setup tonight. Chris Shuey, he's currently 5th in the point standings. 19:36 for Chris. Out on the track now is car number 7. It's driven by Mike Leonard. Mike Leonard, a rookie in the limited late model division. Mike Leonard nearly pulled off a win this season. Carl Billick got him on the last lap coming off corner number 4. This is the former car driven and owned by Jeff King. 18:33 for the first lap. Mike Leonard, a former street stock driver, he picked up several feature wins in that division. $18:35. His first lap was faster. Here comes Glenn Adams, car number 12. Adams Vending, they sponsor the point fund here for the limited late model division. Glenn Adams is currently 15th in the point standings. 18:28 for Glenn, his first lap. 18:36. The first lap was faster.
Show off your team's race car or company logo with an eye-catching design from Sunset Keys. They specialize in custom...
Ago, he took the first half of the season off. He had a fire last year. Took him several months to get things put together. .1906 was his first lap time. Barry Howard has several feature wins here at Silver Spring Speedway, but none of those this season. And the second lap time for Barry Howard, 18:40. The second lap much faster. Here comes Russ Shoup, car number 11S. Russ Shoup, he's not always with us every week. He races as much as he can. Shoup's really got it hanging out coming off corner number 4. 18:20, a good time for Russ Shoup. .18:20 for the second lap also for Russ Shoup. And here's Dave Eitner, car number 71. Dave took the season off last year. He came out midway through the season this year, car number 71. He's got T&S Automotive helping him out this year, Ryder's Machine Shop. Dave Eitner, a little out of shape coming off corner number 4. 18:81. Dave nearly tagged the inside retaining walls. He came down the front stretch the first time around. This is his second lap. Each driver gets a shot at 2 laps. They take the faster of the 2 laps. 18:41, a little better on the second lap. And out there now is car number 45, Tracy Springer. Well, Tracy Springer's going to have to get an extra lap. Dave Eitner kept it out there one too many laps. They'll have to reset the time. 19:69. They were able to get a time on Tracy. Tracy Springer coming off corner number 4. This is his second lap. .19:49, a little bit faster for Springer on the second time around. So far, our fastest lap is by Smokey Fry, car number 1W. The second fastest lap is by Jimmy Shuttlesworth. They were the first 2 drivers out. And the third fastest time is by Russ Shoup in the 11S. That's sort of a surprise there. Right now, it's Russ Leinbach Jr., car number 9. He's in a Stinger chassis. Same type of chassis that Carl Billet drives. 18:72 was his first lap time. Russ Leinbach Jr. coming off corner number 4 to complete his second lap. 19:08, a little bit slower on the second lap, so he'll take the quicker of the 2, which was his first lap. It's the 5X of Scott McCann. Scott McCann just in his second season of competition in the limited late model division. He's a 3rd generation driver. He's the first 3rd generation driver here at Silver Spring Speedway. Normally he drives car number 75, but right now he's in the 5X, the car that had been driven by Rick Barr up till about 3 or 4 weeks ago. His first lap time was 18:43. He's coming off corner number 4 to complete lap number 2. 18:75. And now it's John Stamen. He'll be the last car in this first group of qualifiers. John Stamen, car number 24T. This is his first full season of competition at Silver Spring Speedway. .1923 for the first lap for John Stamen. He makes his way down the backstretch. This is his second lap. And John Stamen takes the checkered flag. 1938, once again, his first lap time was faster.
Ralph Piper Auto Parts, this is the Carlisle area.
Driving car number 2, but he destroyed his car back in July. So then he was driving a borrowed car from Ron Little, but now he's driving car number 8, which is Steve Gross's car. .1816 is his first lap time. A good run for Scott. That should be good enough to put him third fastest. That should make Scott Richwine third fastest. Coming off low. 1802, a very good run for Scott Richwine. And out there now is Tim Liddick, car number 75. Tim Liddick, one of the very few limited late model drivers to get upside down. He did that last year, and he was back with us the next week. .1853 was the first lap time for Tim Liddick. He makes his way around for lap number 2. Tim Liddick has a couple heat wins so far this season. 1864, he was a little faster on the first lap. And out there now is Ron Little. Ron Little, he was our guest commentator one night. Ron has one feature win so far this season. He was second in the 50 lapper in 1991. And he has 2 top 5 finishes in the 50 lap race. 1786, a very good time for Ron Little. That makes him second fastest so far. Ron Little with a very fast time the first time around. 1803, a little slower on the second lap. Gene Wrightstone, car number 10. Gene is currently 17th in the point standings this year. Gene started driving the car number 43 at the beginning of the season, that switched to his own number 10. 1854 was his first lap time. Gene was a feature winner last year here at Silver Spring Speedway. $17.98, the first lap was faster. Excuse me, his second lap was faster, $17.98. Good time for Wrightstone. Now it's the 24 of Jerry Remsnyder. Jerry, in just his second year of competition with the limited late model division, he had a third place finish this year. That was his best finish ever in the limited late model ranks. He's a former street stock driver. 1979 was his first lap time. Jerry is currently 18th in the point standings this year. $18.92, a little better on the second one. Now it's the 16 of Russ Schutt. But Russ Schutt having some problems. Looks like it's shut off on him. He's going to take it into the pit area. And up next will be the 27 of Mark Billett. Mark Billett driving car number 27 this year. That's a change for him. He used to drive his own car. He's now driving a car owned by Art Shawley from Arts Collectibles. Mark Billett with one feature win this year. Mark had a 4th place finish in 1991 in a 50-lapper. Mark heads down the backstretch for his coming around for lap number 1. $17.88, a very good time for Mark. That makes Mark 3rd fastest. Mark Billett, car number 27, the 3rd fastest time trialer so far. $17.78. That makes Mark Billett the fastest qualifier so far. Jeff Lepar, car number 103. Jeff is currently 2nd in the point standing so far this season. He's had 4 top 5 finishes in a 50-lap race over his years. His first lap time was 17.92. And he comes around for lap number 2. $18.25.
Remember the rules of the road, Andy said, as we steer towards Music City, USA. Keep plenty of the old mill up top and a real hit-kicking compilation of the country's greatest in the day.
Brian Shuey has 2 feature wins this season. Brian Shuey is up to 3rd in the points this season. 17.39. Brian Shuey, the fastest car so far. His first lap time of 17.39 knocks off Mark Billett, who was the fastest time trialer. $17.78 on the second one. His first lap was considerably faster. Here comes Rick Barr, car number 5. He's in a Viper chassis. It's the only Viper chassis that participates here at Silver Spring Speedway. Rick Barr is currently 11th in the point standings. $18.12, the first lap for Rick Barr. Driving his own number 5. Rick comes around for lap number 2. $18.08, a little bit faster. Mark Kropp, driver of car number 77. Mark Kropp running the Parsons chassis. Mark had his best finish. It was the first race of the season. He finished 3rd. He was hoping for a really good season, but he's had some problems since the start. 18.97 is his first lap time. Mark Kropp comes around for lap number 2. 18.82, a little faster on the second lap. Wilmer Weiss in the K3. Wilmer Weiss, a longtime competitor in the limited late model division. Wilmer currently 14th in the point standings. Wilmer's first lap time is 17.88, a very good time for Wilmer Weiss. That makes him the 5th fastest so far. Wilmer with some problems on lap number 2 as he pushed towards the wall. It's going to be a little slower this time. 18.75, nearly a second slower. And now we have our point champion for 1993. It's Carl Billett in a Jordan's number 6. Carl Billett has 8 feature wins here at Silver Spring Speedway. Carl is also the defending champion for the 50-lap event. He won it last season. $17.24 for Carl Billett. That makes him our fastest qualifier so far. Carl Billett has 4 top 5 finishes in this event. 17-18 on the second one, a little faster. So Carl Billett so far is our fastest qualifier. And out there now is Jeff King in the 117. He's our last time trialer. Jeff King having a great season this year. He's 6th in the point standings. He's picked up a feature win. $17.50. Great time for Jeff King. King comes around for his second lap time. $17.38, another good time for Jeff King. That makes him second fastest. So our top 5 qualifiers are, it's Carl Billett in car number 6 qualifying at 17.18. The second fastest was Jeff King, car number 117. He qualified at 17.38. Third fastest qualifier was Brian Shuey at 17.39. Fourth fastest was Mark Billett, car number 27 at 17.78. And our fifth fastest qualifier was Smokey Fry with a 17.82.
Quality and experience go hand in hand at Fine Line Chassis and
Consolation events for the limited late model. The top 12 time qualifiers were already locked into the 50-lap feature event. We're going to qualify 12 more cars, 6 from each consolation event. Here's how they'll start in the first consolation. It'll be Russ Shoup, Mike Leonard, Dave Eitner, Tim Liddick, Mark Kropp, John Stamen, and Tracy Springer. It's Russ Shoup out to the early lead. Mark Kropp running third. And Kropp gets it sideways off corner number 2, but he gets it straight back up, nearly losing control. Mike Leonard running fourth, car number 7, but here's the battle for the lead right now. Dave Eitner looking to the inside of car number 11. Shoup in the 11S. Dave Eitner, he was our 17th fastest time trialer. He's running door to door with Russ Shoup. And Shoup gets it sideways off corner number 2, just a little bit, but Dave Eitner takes advantage of his mistake and takes over the lead. And Mark Kropp, who was out of shape coming off corner number 2 just a couple of laps ago, nails the inside retaining wall. You can see fire underneath the car, but he's brought out the caution flag. It looks like he will be able to drive away from it. Well, Mark Kropp has rejoined the back of the pack. Dave Eitner is our race leader, followed by Russ Shoup, Mike Leonard, and Tim Liddick. That's our top 4 at this point. Tracy Springer runs 6th at this point, car number 45. And once again, they're side by side for that top position. Russ Shoup has been smoking all race long, but it doesn't appear to be slowing him down. Shoup running the very bottom of the track, goes by Dave Eitner down the backstretch. Dave Eitner 2 laps ago took the lead away from Shoup. Now it's Shoup taking the lead back from Eitner. 6 laps are down, 4 remain. Once again, Eitner regaining the lead from Russ Shoup. Dave Eitner, Russ Shoup, Mark Kropp. How about that? After going to the rear of the field, he has almost regained his 3rd place position where he was running at the time when he brought out the caution. And once again, Mark Kropp getting sideways, but he has a lot of help from Tim Liddick to get him straightened back out. And he keeps it going. Tough break for Tim Liddick. Tim Liddick had nowhere to go as the 77 of Kropp was sideways right in front of him. Well, only 2 laps remain here for the limited late model consolation event. This is the first of two. It's Dave Eitner leading Mark Kropp. Mike Leonard running third in car number 7. Tracy Springer running fifth in car number 45. Currently we have 6 cars running, and all 6 of these cars will qualify for the 50-lap event if they can stay running at the end of this consolation event. Just 1 lap remaining. Mike Leonard, a rookie in car number 7, looking to make his first 50-lap race. Mark Kropp. You can see the sheet metal damage on the left rear corner panel. That's where Liddick hit him when he was sideways the last time. It's Dave Eitner picking up the win. Second to Kropp, third to Leonard, fourth to Stamen, fifth to Tim Liddick, and sixth to Tracy Springer in car number 45. So Dave Eitner, car number 71, picks up the consolation win and moves on to tonight's 50-lap feature event. Coming up next will be the second consolation event for the limited late models.
Quality and experience go hand in hand at Fine Line Chassis and Speed.
Well, we're looking for our final 6 qualifiers for tonight's Paul Orendo Memorial 50-lap feature event for the limited late model division. Here's how they'll start for consolation event number 2. It'll be Glenn Adams. Starting second will be Barry Howard. Starting third will be Scott McCann. Fourth will be Russ Leinbach Jr. Starting fifth will be Jerry Remsnyder. Sixth will be Chris Shuey. Seventh will be Charlie Cope. And eighth will be Russ Schutt. Couple of surprises here. Both Charlie Cope and Chris Shuey starting this far back in a consolation event. We're starting with 8 cars. 6 of these cars will qualify. Chris Shuey, car number 21, trying to work his way around Jerry Remsnyder. Remsnyder goes underneath Russ Leinbach Jr. Remsnyder now goes underneath the 5X of Scott McCann. Remsnyder moving up through the pack, and here comes Leinbach Jr. Chris Shuey, car number 21. Scott McCann is stuck on that outside groove. It's like a freight train. All these guys going to the inside of them. Barry Howard is our race leader. He's way out front. Running second is Glenn Adams. Third is Jerry Remsnyder. And fourth is Chris Shuey in the 21. Russ Leinbach Jr. runs fifth. Here's the battle for fifth, and it's between 4 cars. 2 of them are going to qualify, 2 of them aren't. Russ Leinbach Jr. running fifth. McCann 6th, Charlie Cope 7th, and Russ Schutt 8th. 5 laps are down, 5 remain. Scott McCann now running 6th. Looking to the inside of Russ Leinbach Jr. He takes over 5th position. Russ Schutt running 7th. Jerry Remsnyder running 3rd, holding off Chris Shuey. Shuey's currently 4th in the point standings. Just 3 laps remaining. Charlie Cope is running 8th, and that will not be good enough to move him on tonight to tonight's feature event. Charlie Cope, one of the drivers who's been the most consistent in the 50-lap feature. Over the years, he has amassed 9 top 5 finishes. And there'll be 1 lap to go. Glenn Adams runs 2nd. Barry Howard has nearly a half a track lead over Glenn Adams. Barry Howard, he picks up the checkered flag. He wins consolation event number 2, and you'll see the lead that he had built over Glenn Adams. Adams second, Remsnyder third, McCann fourth, Chris Shuey fifth, and Russ Leinbach Jr. is sixth. So it's Barry Howard, car number 17, running away with the second consolation event as it went non-stop. Coming up next will be the consolation events for the Super Sportsman.
34 years of quality service. That's how long Sigmund's Home Sales has been providing the best in affordable living. Affordable.
Well, the honorary pace car for this 50-lap feature event was car number 3 that was driven by Paul Orlando. It's driven tonight by Gordy Core. That is the honorary pace car for this special 50-lap feature event in memory of Paul Orlando. Here's our lineup for this special 50-lap feature event. Starting on the pole will be car number 11, driven by Ron Little. Starting second in car number 1W will be Smokey Fry. Starting third in car number 27 is Mark Billett. Starting fourth in car number 22 is Brian Shuey. Starting fifth into 117 is Jeff King. Starting sixth in car number 6 is Carl Billett, who was our fastest qualifier of the night. They inverted the top 6. Starting 7th in car number K3 is Wilmer Weiss. Starting 8th in car number 103 is Jeff Leapart. 9th in car number 91 is Jimmy Shuttlesworth. Starting 10th into 10 is Gene Wrightstone. Starting 11th in car number 8 is Scott Richwine. Starting 12th into 5 is Rick Barr. Starting 13th in car number 71 is Dave Eitner. Starting 14th in car number 17 is Barry Howard. Starting 15th is Mark Kropp. 16th is Glenn Adams into 12. 17th is Mike Leonard. 18th is Jerry Remsnyder. Starting 19th is John Stamen into 24T, followed by Scott McCann, Tim Liddick, Chris Shuey, Tracy Springer, and Russ Leinbach Jr. The pace car and the honorary pace car are off the track. We're just about ready to go green flag racing here for this 50-lap late model feature event. Our front row of Ron Little, Smokey Fry. We have 3 former winners in this event tonight. Smokey Fry with 1 win. Carl Billett with the win. He's our defending champion. And Jimmy Shuttlesworth with 2 wins. And the 22 of Brian Shuey gets into the 103 of Jeff Leapart on the initial start. Tough break for Jeff Leapart. A lot of damage to that car. Also, John Stamen involved in that a little further back, car number 24T, but Brian Shuey got bumped on the start. He got sideways. He got into Jeff Leapart. Leapart had nowhere to go. He got turned around sideways, and Shuey nailed him in the side. But it looks like he has a right rear flat tire. I don't know if he'll be able to continue, but the caution flag is out on the very first lap. Well, that wasn't a very good way to start the feature event off. Jeff Leapart's car had to be towed off the track with a double wrecker. 2 tow trucks taking it out of the racing surface. It had a leak in the fuel cell. Tough break for Jeff. His night is done very early. During this 50-lap feature event, there is lap money for each and every lap. Smokey Fry, driver of car number 1W, our race leader. Running second is Mark Billett, third is Brian Shuey, and fourth is Ron Little. Mike Leonard, car number 7, nearly came to a stop. We have Tracy Springer sideways between corner number 1 and 2. So at just 2 laps down, the caution flag is out once again. Well, Smokey Fry has been missing for several weeks here at Silver Spring Speedway. But this is the spot he wants to be, out front. Smokey Fry driving car number 1W, our race leader. Second is Mark Billett. Brian Shuey runs third, followed by Jimmy Shuttlesworth and Ron Little. And up front, we've got a battle for the lead. Mark Billett at the bottom of the track goes underneath Smokey Fry. Here comes Brian Shuey in car number 22. Brian Shuey takes over second spot. These guys waste no time in wanting to get to the front of the pack. Smokey Fry looks like he may be running a little bit off the pace now. Carl Billett, car number 6, running 5th. He had said earlier tonight in an interview that he wanted to pace himself and not try to go to the front of the pack too quickly, stating that this was a 50-lap feature event. And Brian Shuey takes the lead from Mark Billett. Brian Shuey with a daring move off corner number 4, taking the lead away from Mark Billett. So just 6 laps into this feature event, we've had 3 different race leaders already. Brian Shuey, Mark Billett, Smokey Fry, Jimmy Shuttlesworth, and Carl Billett. They round out our top 5 at this point. And Mark Kropp in car number 77 has let loose on a motor. You can see the trail of smoke behind him down the front stretch. Mark Kropp letting loose on a motor in the early stages of the 50-lap feature event here, bringing out the caution flag once again. Well, Brian Shuey's our race leader with 8 laps down. Running second is Mark Billett, Smokey Fry 3rd, Jimmy Shuttlesworth 4th. Carl Billett running 5th in car number 6. Shuttlesworth challenging Smokey Fry for the lead, for 3rd position. And once again, the caution flag is out. We have cars everywhere on the backstretch. We have the 10 of Gene Wrightstone, the 71 of Dave Eitner. Looks like Eitner has gotten into the side of car number 10, driven by Gene Wrightstone, but the caution flag is out here once again. Well, after that caution flag, Dave Eitner was able to continue. Gene Wrightstone had to be taken to the pits on the hook. Our race leader still is Brian Shuey, followed by Mark Billett, Smokey Fry, Jimmy Shuttlesworth, and Carl Billett. Ron Little, car number 11, running 6th. Looks like he's challenging for 5th position. Ron Little in the family Ford Mercury, car number 11. Jimmy Shuttlesworth and the Yinglings, number 91, running 4th. Shuttlesworth is no stranger to this race. He's won it 2 times. He has 8 top 5 finishes. He's currently running 4th. Smokey Fry, he was the winner 2 years ago. Currently running 3rd. There's some action further back in the pack. Scott Richwine, Jeff King, battling it out for 7th position. Richwine started 11th. He's already up to 7th position. Richwine driving car number 8, which is owned by Steve Gross. Carl Billett continuing to run 5th. Jimmy Shuttlesworth running 4th. Brian Shuey is our race leader. He's opening up a lead, though, over Mark Billett, who runs 2nd. 3rd is Smokey Fry. 4th is Jimmy Shuttlesworth. 5th is Carl Billett. There's our race leader, Brian Shuey, car number 22. He's got about a half a straightaway advantage over the 2nd place car of Mark Billett, car number 27. Carl Billett making a move for 4th position. Jimmy Shuttlesworth drops back to 5th. Carl Billet said he was going to pace himself. If he saw an opening, he'd take it. This is a race where you don't want to drive too over-aggressive. 50 laps is a long time. Carl Billet now decides to take over 3rd position from Smokey Fry, and the caution flag is out. Tracy Springer comes to a stop. I'm not sure, but that may be the 71 of Dave Eitner again. It looks like it may be the 71 of Dave Eitner, but the caution flag is out once again.
T&M Automotive, the service professionals, are the people to repair and tune up your car or truck.
Sizable lead there, wiped out, but it does put a lap car in between Brian and Mark Billet. Carl Billet up to 4th position. He had taken over 3rd before that caution flag came out. But the lap was not completed, so they reverted back to the last completed lap. So Smokey Fry currently running 3rd. But Carl Billet dives to the bottom, taking away 4th position from Dale Smokey Fry. Brian Shuey, our race leader. Mark Billet running 2nd. His brother Carl running 3rd. Jimmy Shuttlesworth going underneath the 1W of Smokey Fry. Smokey Fry, our defending track champion here. Carl Billet, our new track champion in car number 6. Mark Billet running 2nd. Right behind him is his brother Carl. Carl now moves to the top of the track. Carl Billet side by side with Mark. Carl Billet drives around his brother Mark to take over the runner-up position. Carl Billet seems to be able to stick car number 6 wherever he wants to. There's our race leader, Brian Shuey, car number 22. Carl Billet now 2 or 3 car lengths behind the 22. Carl Billet side by side with Brian Shuey. Billet at the bottom of the track, Shuey on the outside. It'll be a drag race down the backstretch. They're side by side. You would think it was the very last lap. Carl Billet takes over the lead. Lap number 23. If the caution flag does not come out soon, we'll see a mandatory yellow at lap number 25. This will be for a refueling stop for the limited late models. Brian Shuey running 2nd. Mark Billet running 3rd. Jimmy Shuttlesworth running 4th. And the red flag comes out. And at the halfway point in this 50-lap feature event, our race leader is none other than Carl Billet, the defending track champion, the defending race champion in the 50-lapper. He's our race leader. The fuel stop, mandatory fuel stop has come out. 25 laps remain here in the 50-lap feature event. Well, after the mandatory refueling stop, our race leader is none other than Carl Billet. Running 2nd is the 22 of Brian Shuey. The 75 of Tim Liddick is a lap car. Mark Billet is 3rd. Jimmy Shuttlesworth is 4th. And Scott Richwine, car number 8, was up to 5th, but Smokey Fry just went back around him for that 5th position. Chris Shuey, who started way back in this field in 22nd position, is now up to 7th spot. Chris Shuey looking very strong in car number 21. Ron Little right in front of him running 6th. He started on the pole. Jimmy Shuttlesworth running fourth. Mark Billett challenging for second position. Mark Billett side by side with Brian Shuey. Side by side down the backstretch. What a race for second position. And it's Mark Billett taking over the runner-up spot from Brian Shuey. Shuttlesworth running fourth. Smokey Fry fifth. There's Brian Shuey running third. Car number 22. He led much of the early stages of this race. Shuttlesworth now moving up onto the back bumper of Brian Shuey. And the 71 of Dave Eitner spins off of corner number 4. This brings out the caution flag. Dave Eitner in car number 71 sitting sideways off of corner number 4, bringing out the caution flag once again. Well, we've seen it earlier in the season. We're going to see it again tonight. A shootout between these two brothers, Mark and Carl Billett. Carl's our race leader, but Mark Billett looking very strong here in car number 27. But we have problems on the restart there. We have 5 cars down in corner number 3 and 4. We have the K3 of Wilmer Weiss. We have the 7 of Mike Leonard. We have the 17 of Barry Howard. And it may be the 5X of Scott McCann, but the caution flag is out once again. Well, Carl Billett would very much like to make it 2 in a row here for the Paul Orendo 50-lap feature event. But he's going to have to contend with his brother Mark and Brian Shuey. Scott Ridgewine, car number 8, challenging for 5th position. Chris Shuey now up to 6th. After starting 22nd, Chris Shuey should be a lock-in for the Hard Charger Award. Chris Shuey running 3 or 4 car lengths behind car number 8 of Scott Ridgewine. Carl Billett just continues to run away from the rest of the field though. Jeff King running 7th, car number 117. Mark Billett, he's our runner-up in car number 27. There's our race leader, Carl Billett. In just 5 short laps, he's built up a 3/4 of a straightaway lead over his brother Mark. And once again, the caution flag is out. This is definitely an advantage for the rest of the field. Scott McCann once again sitting sideways in car number 5X. But each time Carl goes out and builds up a lead, a caution flag comes out. It's definitely an advantage for the rest of the field. Dave Eitner also sitting tight against the wall in corner number 3.
This is fun. The York Fair. Yeah, we know how to have fun.
Take your break with coffee.
Restart here. It's going to be Mark Billett trying to run down his brother Carl. Carl Billett, our race leader. He's led the last 13 or 14 laps. Brian Shuey running 3rd. Shuttlesworth 4th. And Smokey Fry is 5th, car number 1W. Jimmy Shuttlesworth, as I mentioned earlier, has finished in the top 5 8 times in this event. Looking to the inside of Brian Shuey. They're side by side as they come off corner number 4. Shuttlesworth and Shuey side by side down most of the backstretch. Shuey on the outside, Shuttlesworth on the bottom of the track. Once again, they were side by side as they exited corner number 4. Shuey trying to move down to cut off Jimmy Shuttlesworth. Smokey Fry running 5th with Scott Richwine trying to take over 5th position. Scott Richwine having a very good race tonight. He started 12th, running 6th. 10 laps to go here in this 50-lap feature event. Jimmy Shuttlesworth has had to move to the outside. Brian Shuey switching his grooves. He's moved to the bottom of the track, forcing Shuttlesworth to try another move to try and go around him. Carl Billett putting Tim Liddick another lap down. Carl Billett has almost built up a full straightaway lead once again. And the caution flag coming out for car number 21, Chris Shuey on the front stretch. Chris Shuey getting into the inside retaining wall there. It doesn't look like it's heavy damage to car number 21. He should be able to continue, but the caution flag is out once again. Well, this is the way it's been for most of the last 2 months. These first 3 drivers, Carl Billett, Mark Billett, Brian Shuey, they're the drivers that have won virtually every race since way back in July. And we got problems on the restart here. The 5 of Rick Barr getting sideways into the front stretch retaining wall. Then the 5X, Rick's backup car, got into the back of another car. Some considerable damage to car number 5X, and Wilmer White stopped. Just a little bit of sheet metal damage to his car, but the caution flag is out once again. Well, after that caution flag, I believe Scott McCann and car number 5X was the only driver unable to continue. Both Rick Barr and Wilmer Weiss have rejoined the back of the pack, and we've got 8 laps left in this 50-lap feature event. Scott Richwine trying to find a way around Smokey Fry. Ron Little coming on strong, though, at the later part of this race. Car number 11, he started on the pole. He dropped back through the middle part of the race, but now he's working his way back up. Mark Billett running 2nd, Brian Shuey 3rd. There's Ron Little challenging for 6th position. Scott Richwine running 6th. Smokey Fry is 5th. Once again, Ron Little running it very hard on the outside. And the caution flag is out once again. Here on the front stretch, it could be car number 24, Jerry Remsnyder. It looks like it is, in fact, car number 24, Jerry Remsnyder, bringing out the caution flag. Well, just 5 laps remain here in a Paul Orendo Memorial race. 45 laps down, 5 to go. Top 6 guys running virtually bumper to bumper. With the exception of Carl Billett, who has pulled away from Mark Billett. Mark Billett running 2nd, followed by Brian Shuey, Jimmy Shuttlesworth, Smokey Fry, Scott Richwine, and Ron Little, car number 11. Ron Little bringing out the caution flag. He looped it coming off of corner number 4. He'd been running in very hard trying to run down Scott Richwine, but he brings out the caution flag as he's looped it coming off corner number 4. The rest of the field did a good job to avoid hitting him, but he'll have to rejoin the back of the pack. Well, Carl Billett just needs 3 more laps to pick up his second 50-lap feature event. Mark Billett running second. Brian Shuey, Jimmy Shuttlesworth, and Smokey Fry, they round out our top 5. Shuttlesworth looking for a way around Brian Shuey. He's been working on him for the last 15 or 20 laps. Brian Shuey, car number 22, continuing to hold off Jimmy Shuttlesworth. Smokey Fry running 5th. 1 lap to go for our race leader and the rest of the field. Mark Billett running 2nd. There's our race leader, Carl Billett. And to Mark and Wendy Jordan's number 6, Carl Billett. What a season he's had here in 1993. He's the feature winner of the Paul Orendo 50-lap Memorial Race. The runner-up is Mark Billett. 3rd goes to Brian Shuey. 4th to Shuttlesworth. 5th to Smokey Fry. 6th to Scott Richwine. 7th to Glenn Adams. 8th to Barry Howard. 9th to Jeff King. And 10th, it may have been Rick Barr in car number 5. So it's 2 in a row for Carl Billett, driver of car number 6. He was last year's feature winner in this event. He's the track champion for 1993. This is his 9th feature win of the season here at Silver Spring Speedway. Congratulations to him, and also congratulations to tonight's runner-up, Mark Billett. And in the Super Sportsman, it was Smokey Snellbaker sneaking by Daryl Schaefer on the last lap at turn 4 to pick up his 3rd feature win of the season. I'm David Brandt. On behalf of TV 40, thank you for tuning in tonight.